Hi there, it is Monday, July 8th, and we are tracking the impacts of Beryl on Texas, specifically North Texas. And right now, the outer bands bringing in some rainfall across the region, and you can really see them piling in across areas of Tarrant and Denton County, as well as Collin County. It's really come in the form of just some bands of rain moving in from east to west across the region, not just this morning, but now into the early afternoon as well. I'm going to pan out here and show you just the extent of the outer bands, some outer bands making it into Wise County, Parker, Palo Pinto County, and even south of Interstate 20 there. So we'll continue to see this, but really a bulk of the heavy rain and the severe weather threat is in far east Texas and in Louisiana. That's where we find the heaviest rain moving in and a long line of tornado-warned storms there as they push into really areas along Interstate 20 there between Longview and Shreveport. So of course, watching that very closely. Otherwise, we're watching this heavy rain moving in to North Texas, really eastern North Texas. Sulphur Springs, Mineola, Canton into Athens is where we're seeing some of that moderate rainfall here, and we'll continue to watch it as the center of circulation of Beryl continues to move up into northeast North Texas. So that's where we'll see the most consistent rainfall here in the next several hours. Just a few updates in terms of the numbers for you. Beryl is still considered a tropical storm with max sustained winds of 60 miles per hour, and we can find those on the outer edge of that eye with wind gusts of 90 miles per hour. Movement still to the northeast. It's picked up speed just a tad, moving at about 14 miles per hour. It's now 55 miles north of Houston. By the way, Beryl did make landfall this morning as a Category 1 hurricane, and it was the third landfall that it's had in its life. At its peak, Beryl was a Category 5 storm, the earliest on record and the strongest hurricane on record in June and July in the Atlantic Basin. It did make its first landfall last week on Monday, and that was along the Windward Islands, and then went on and make a second landfall along the Yucatan Peninsula there in Mexico. Now the third landfall along the southeast Texas coastline, and that happened, of course, this morning as a Category 1. That's where we still find the tropical storm warnings. Don't see that here in North Texas, but we do see the flood watches in place that include Navarro, Kaufman, Hunt County towards the east for a total of 4 to 5 plus inches of rainfall. These watches, by the way, are in place until 7 Tuesday morning as the track continues its trek towards northeast North Texas. So we'll see that here over the course of the afternoon. We'll see it really remain under a tropical storm status, and then overnight it should weaken a bit more to tropical depression status, and that'll be as it moves into South Arkansas, and this is Tuesday around 7. So we'll continue to see this, really all the moisture pushing into areas of the Midwest as we head towards the middle part of the week. But before that happens, of course, we'll continue to see some of this heavy rainfall. And again, heaviest, most consistent rainfall will be east of DFW. That's where we find those flood watches in place. So I'm going to show you here on our timecast. This is Monday around 5. You can see that consistent rainfall anywhere from Hunt, Kaufman County towards the east. Heavy rainfall as well from Tyler, Longview into Shreveport. And we'll see that that's a 7 now. Some of the outer bands still making it into the Metroplex, Denton, Collin County as well. At that point, we could see some wind gusts that are anywhere between 25, 35 miles per hour. I'm not expecting it to be much windier than that for DFW. This is Monday now around 9. You see this pushing off towards the northeast. We'll see that consistent moderate to heavy rainfall along those northeastern counties through about midnight, and then it'll start tapering off after that, pushing the rain pushing into Arkansas as we head into Tuesday morning, and then we're dry after that. So again, we're still watching for the potential of additional rainfall, a quarter to half inch, if that, across the DFW. This will not be consistent for everyone. The highest totals will be well to the east. In fact, areas of Navarro, Kaufman County could get up to about an additional inch of rainfall, and then 1 to 3 inches from Mineola to Canton. Look at how drastic these numbers are, though. And then in far east Texas, still picking up an additional 3 to 5 inches of rainfall here in the next several hours as Beryl continues to make impact along east Texas. Be sure to keep checking in with us on WFAA.com.